Welcome to sixth grade math. This activity was in class only. Survey, a method of collecting information. Population is a group being studied. And sample is part of the group that is surveyed. The entire group of people in a city is an example of a population. And a restaurant is a subset of the entire city. So the group of people in one restaurant in a city is a sample of the population. A good sample is selected at random or without preference, representative of the population, and large enough to provide accurate data. The sample needs to be unbiased and selected at random. Predictions about the population can be made using the results of the sample, and the responses of a good sample are proportional to the responses of the population. So you can use the results of a survey or past actions to predict the actions of a larger group. Scaffolding questions. A car dealership sold 4 electric vehicles in 1 week. How many electric cars do you predict the dealership might sell in 2 weeks? 8 electric vehicles. How did you make your prediction? If 4 were sold this week, it makes sense that 4 more might be sold next week for a total of 8. What is your prediction about the number of electric vehicles a dealership might sell in 10 weeks? 40 vehicles. How did you make this prediction? Use the rate for 1 week, which was 4, then multiply it by the number of weeks, which was 10. Make predictions using proportions. Photos. The students in Mr. Blackwell's class brought photos from their summer break. The table shows how many students brought each type of photo. What is the probability that a student brought a photo at a theme park? So the probability of theme park equals number of students with theme park photos over number of students with a photo. So there were 11 theme park photos and a total of 28 photos. The probability that a student brought a photo taken at a theme park was 11 over 28, or 11 out of 28. There are 560 students at the school where Mr. Blackwell teaches. Predict how many students will bring in a photo taken at a theme park. Let S represent the number of students who would bring in a photo taken at a theme park. So we'll write a proportion. 11 over 28 equals S over 560. So 11 28ths equals S over 560. And 28 times 20 equals 560. So since 28 times 20 equals 560, we'll multiply 11 by 20 to find S. 11 times 20 is 220. So S equals 220. Of the 560 students, you can expect about 220 to bring a photo from a theme park. Check your progress. A survey at school found that 6 out of every 10 students have an internet blog. What is the probability that a student at the school has a blog? So the probability of a student having a blog is the number of students with a blog over the number of students in the sample. So that equals 6 over 10, or 3/5 when we simplify. And the probability that a student has a blog is 3/5, or 0.6 in decimal, or 60% in percentage. If there are about 250 students at the school, about how many have a blog? So we'll write a proportion using 3/5, and we will set that equal to S for students over 250 total students. And then we need to figure out how many times will 5 go into 250, and that's 50 times. So since 5 times 50 equals 250, we'll multiply 3 by 50 to find S. 3 times 50 is 150, so S equals 150. Of the 250 students, you can expect about 150 to have blogs. Make predictions using proportions. Julia asked every sixth person in the school cafeteria to name the kind of activity he or she would like to do for the school's spring outing. What was the probability that a student prefers an amusement park? Probability of an amusement park equals the number of students who prefer amusement parks over the number of students surveyed. So we have 15 students that were surveyed preferred amusement park, and if you add up the answers in that table, it comes out to 40. So we have 15 students prefer amusement parks over 40 students surveyed. The probability that a student preferred an amusement park is 15/40. Or if you divide 15 by 40, you get 0.375 in decimal form, or 37.5 as a percentage. There are 408 students at Julia's school. Predict how many students prefer going to amusement parks. Let S represent the number of students who prefer amusement parks. So we're going to write a proportion where 15/40 equals S over 408. S is the number of students in total that will prefer amusement parks, and 408 is the total number of students in the school. So 40 will go into 408 10.2 times. So since 40 times 10.2 is 408, we'll multiply 15 times 10.2 to find S. And 15 times 10.2 is 153. So S equals 153. And of the 408 students, you can expect about 153 to prefer amusement parks. There is your homework. Go to Google Classroom to submit it. And I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in class. Thank you.